seeing now here, it is a modified axial skeletal system of the all vertebrate animals. Now this you can say modification of the axial skeletal system done because of the what life activity of all the vertebrates. Now if you come to all the vertebrates, depends upon the nature of survivability in the environment, the shape of a skull is modified or modulated. Now if you take the vertebrates which are there lower to the humans, the shape is not a globular like. It is almost all oval, because that vertebrate animal is, going to the water, that of the, you can say, feeding the another animal. It will be how to capture the food. In order to capture the food or the prey, it has to protrude its mouth. Because of protrusion of the mouth, the shape will becomes oval and it is more prolongated. So lower vertebrate animal than the what humans, they are voracious eaters. Voracious, you can say, capturing the, you can say, prey for its food, for its survivability. But the same thing is not true for the humans. Humans, that you can say prolongated oral cavity, it will slowly start receding backwards. But that will be compensated, the water height of the water, that of the, you can say, skull. So it has been, whatever it will be there larger in front, it has been regressed, but the vertical thing will be going to become more. So then thereby it will be assuming a shape of a water, that of a round thing, almost all globular like, almost all round. Now in this round shaped skull, approximately, is meant for to support the brain and the other appendages of a brain, and it also supports other sense organs in its particular osteoarchitecture. Now what are those? Now the brain which is there and its appendages, they are present in this particular cavity. To complete that brain box, inside this brain will be there safely, along with other appendages. Appendages means other parts, including the covering, including the blood vessels. Then what are other, you can say, special senses which will be protecting or which is protected by this skull? One will be the what? The sense organ of the vision, that is the eye, is located in the water, that of the, you can say, socket of the eyeball or the orbit, which is present one on either side of the nose. Then there will be a what? Another sense organ of olfaction, which is said to be as a nose, which is present on the anterior median plane. It is an irregular aperture. Along with this, there will be a what? Sensory endings of the nerves are present. The same thing is true for this socket of the eyeball. Now here in the socket of the eyeball is there and its appendages are present, apart from muscles of the eyeball and the fat and the fasciae, vessels, nerves, lymph and the water veins related. Then there will be a what? Another sense organ of a taste which is present in this particular oral cavity. That is what is said to be as a tongue. And the water, that of the, you can say, content of the oral cavity. Apart from this, what that you can say, you will be having another. There will be a water, another part will be there. Now that part is what is said to be as, this is said to be as a external acoustic orifice. Here you have got the sense organ of the ear, with the what wide expanded receiver like a plate which is said to be as a auricle. So these are the your, you can say, main domain which will be there for the water, that of the skull. Now one more will be there. What is that? This whole skull will be going to completely covered by a integument or the skin, which will be getting the water, that of the sensation. So these are all the things how this, you can say, skull is completely modified to hold not only the sense organs but also the brain and the water, that of the, you can say, other appendages of the water, that of the brain. That skull gives the protection. Following, so this is what the introductory part for the skull. Now this skull is said to be as a skull provided for the cranium if the mandible is attached. If this mandible is not attached, then it is called as a what, brain box. So skull includes 22 bones. Cranium forms by 21 bones. Now, if this is so, question comes, now how this skull protects the sense organ, and also it supports the water, that of the sense organ to be there in that skull. Third point, how this, you can say, skull will be completely giving the full protection for the water brain and the other appendages of the brain. Now let us will take that, if there will be a what, big blow on this particular skull. Now that force of impaction will not go straight way into the water brain. If you will be having a water something 2 lb force applied, first it goes to the water hairy part, then it goes to the water scalp, which contains 5 layers. Okay, 5 layers are there in this scalp. Then you have got the water, directly it comes to the water, this skull. There that skull, you have got a outer table, inner table and the diapole. So 3 gone. Then you have got one space, extradural space. Earlier to that endocranium, extradural space. Then you have got the water, that is the outer ostial layer of the dura. Then you have got the water, dural space. Then you have got the meningeal layer of the dura. Then you have got the water, subdural space, arachnoid matter. Then subarachnoid space. Then the pia matter. Then it will be reaching to the its own place where that force has to reach to the brain if it will be the water 2 lb. So while it will be reaching to the brain, it has to cross all those barriers. Once it has to cross that whole barriers which will be coming in the way, some of the amount of that force will be going to absorb by these structures. Then by the time it reaches to the brain, either the forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, any brain, the force will be the what? So much so minimum that where brain cannot experience it. Understanding? So this is the one part. Second fact, why that brain is not so much so it is be experiencing that force? Because there will be a space, that extradural space, dural space, subdural space, subarachnoid space. There little amount of fluid is containing. What is that is said to be as, now, that is cerebrospinal fluid. Now so, cerebrospinal fluid, in that, this our brain, which is that master thing, will be completely bathing. It will be bathing in that. Understanding? So fluid also absorbs. So then, you will be not going to get that much of force to that particular brain. Okay, now let us will consider the fourth factor. Even if it is receiving, God has made, there will be a what? One big, you can say, pressure releaser like. Pressure releaser like. Now what is that is said to be as, if you take this part here, you have got, this is the foramina magnum. Through this foramina magnum, whatever that is a raised pressure due to the water, that of the force of impaction, it will be completely releasing into the water, that of the vertebral canal. So then you take it, if you are implied 2 lV of a force, so by the time it reaches, it becomes somewhere else point-wise. Understanding? So this is what, how that particular, you can say, brain is getting a protection by the skull majorly, but along with that some added structures are there also along with that. Okay? So now, how you can say this particular skull is giving a support as well as the protection for other sense organs. Those sense organs, number one, will go to that of the, you can say, orbit. I mean to say eyeball. Eyeball is situated into the water, that of the, you can say, socket of the eyeball, which is present on either side of that of the median plane. Okay? Now this orbit or the socket of the eyeball, which is meant for lodging the water, that of the, you can say, eyeball, and the other appendages of that of the, you can say, eyeball. So those are said to be as the what? Muscles of the eyeball, means extraocular muscles of the eyeball, ophthalmic artery, ophthalmic vein, and then ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve, fourth cranial nerve, and sixth cranial nerve, and the divisions of those nerves. And then you will be having a optic nerve, orbital fat, orbital fasciae, and then sympathetic nerve filaments. Apart from that, there will be a what? Some of the, you can say, areolar tissue will be there, lymph vessels are present in this particular orbit. Now if this is an orbit, what is the shape of an orbit? The orbit is having almost all a square pyramidal hollow, the base of which is directing forwards and towards laterally. It is having a 4 boundaries: upper border, lateral border, lower border, and the medial border. Now the upper border is called as the superior margin of the orbit. Superior margin of the orbit is directing more forward, and it is vulcanized, and it is protruded forward than the water, that of the, you can say, inferior border of the orbit. Now this you can say superior border of the orbit, just about 1 mm above, there will be a what that of the your you can say one your you can say raised round margin is there. Now that margin is called as your you can say supraciliary margin. Now this supraciliary margin is much more prominent, much more well formed in the what male at its you can say medial part, but the same is not true in the what female. It is something faint, non-protruded, forward, and it is round. Okay, if it is well demarcated. But in the male it is so prominent and it is rough. And then it is more balkanized forward. As it you can say runs towards laterally, it will be the what becomes fainter and fainter and joins to the what this you can say lateral border. Now in between the what that of the supraciliary margin of one to the another, there will be a depressed part. That part is called as the glabella. Okay. Now you have got the medial border. Medial border is that border, the one which will be directing towards medially, and it will be going to run upwards to join to the upper border, and as it runs towards downward, it will be going to form the what joins to the lower border of the orbit. The lower border of the orbit is the one which will be directing, you can say, straightway you can say downwards, and it is less protruded forward. And this as it runs medially and as it runs laterally, respectively they will be going to join to the lower parts of medial border and the lateral border respectively from medial to lateral. Then you will be going to have what is said to be as you can say lateral border. Lateral border is the one which will be present at the lateral aspect of the orbit. Now this border as it runs from the what lateral part of the upper border to the what lateral part of the lower border. Now these borders, understand, as they runs backwards and towards medially, they will be going to form something wall-like. Now those walls are said to be as you can say this is the superior wall, WALL. Now this is the inferior wall. Superior wall is also said to be as a roof of the orbit, and this is said to be as the floor of the orbit, and then this is the medial wall of the orbit. Now this is the lateral wall of the orbit. Now if these walls as they run further backwards and towards medially, it forms the apex. Now the apex of that here you can see it straightway where that